here, and what
Oh,
else?
that's a lost cause. I know that's
What's
like
the other 12 things?
I know that's not good.
Well, at least you got the coffee, you got the Diet Pepsi, so that's a plus.
And a billfold, so swole that I can't get the shit closed. So I money fold and rubber band.
Most important thing is George sent us $10 on the.
This we have 0 people on. Oh no, so
Now we got a person out there watching.
talk to the people, Rip.
I'll talk to the people. There's no music now. They don't know what's going on. I'm still happy. I'm still in wedded bliss, even though well, not wedded bliss, but going to the big AEW show, hanging out. It was action galore in Cincinnati.
Marking out.
Well, marking out about the food they had there, and Randy still got so much. Oh,
I don't know who Randy is. This is a wrestling.
show. Turbo and Floyd. Or Turbo.
Get with it, Rip.
Turbo showed up, and then Floyd showed up later, and then which is Truth, but I didn't sell him Turbo Floyd. So he come in with the family.
Did you ever talk to Truth?
Truth? Well, I was with him all night.
Rip?
Yeah.
You guys hear us out there?
This thing
Before
on.
we get going
Just
to
hanging out.
70QQ. Audio and video is good. He's our audio, or he's our AV guy. AV.
Talk in your microphone, make sure you look up at that camera.
I do it every time.
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
Every
And if I do
time.
look at you, I turn and look at my mic. But like if somebody was asking me a question, I would answer the question to them, not to you.
Well, if you're asking me the question, I talk to you.
I'm not answering. I'm not really asking. I'm just reading.
Camera.
I'm not asking the question. I'm just reading the question.
Did you put any beard dye on there this week?
I shaved it. I trimmed it. That's why.
Okay. I think
Look right there.
Yeah.
I got a spot.
I think I'm gonna grow the beard out again because I'm tired of buying the.
Yeah, I think you need to quit talking about me using dye. Look in the mirror there.
Look in the mirror.
Gray beard, gray hair, blue hair, whatever you call it, you old looking people like that. You're gonna make fun of my beard dye? Look right there.
I got no beard.
Look at the white. On. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's the way I always had bleach blonde hair, right?
It ain't bleach blonde now.
Oh, it's just
white.
It's just white.
It's called white.
Old age. I'm gonna put my head down and you can see the kayfabe bald spot back there. What's Chili doing today? Is he in school or are they off?
70QQ said we can hear okay, but it's not as good as usual. Like it's shit. I don't even have the thing turned on. That's why. Or something's not even plugged in.
Oh well. Well, you know what it was. You're busy. All these girls calling you about appointments, and you haven't seen somebody, and it's going to be even longer. And I think you're all upset because the wife, she's out slaving and everything, and you got the two little Turbo and Floyd girls. Of course, they didn't go. So
Testing. Not giving us anything.
great.
They called me Vaughn Silence.
Vaughn Silas?
Silence.
Silence.
Let's see.
Well, I'm pointing at the camera, but you can't see that. Can't hear me.
Testing, testing, testing.
Something said back on right there.
Testing, testing, testing. All right. They can hear us now, Rip.
All
We're back
right.
on.
We wasted every time because you was busy having talking to some girl on the phone about an appointment you had with her and whatever. I don't know what you was going to do to her.
All right. Let's see who's in the chat here. Frank's Pickle Barrel asked first.
Frank's PB.
Ian Green
he-
first. He's got questions already,
Uh-oh.
too. George said this will be the best podcast seen at 12 o'clock today.
Maybe
Shane Park's in from Oregon.
he's in or he's here.
Well, he's watching from Oregon.
Well, he's always here. He's a faithful listener.
Oh, T Weasel in the house, Rip.
Oh, don't put him over.
Acknowledge him, Rip. Right
I'm
here.
not
I wanna see you
acknowledging the
acknowledge
Weasel.
him. Do the finger. Acknowledge T
Here,
Weasel.
Weasel, I'm acknowledging you. You're number one, Weasel.
He said he talked to your brother today. He said he told your brother he couldn't wait to watch. Think your brother's going to watch today?
He's probably out making money by the Weasels, probably sitting at home at mom's house in bed with all the hot dogs on his neck, thinking about R and the Whitcomb girl, thinking about yesteryear when he was a star of slow pitch softball, when he was Mr. Coach, Abby Dobby.
Todd Montgomery in the house from Seymour. Good morning from Seymour. I saw he used my real name, Rip. At the Seymour Middle School, 2000 something. Good show. Yeah, I wrestled there once against Doug Basham, I remember. King Carl was my manager, so of course I
Holy
won.
shit, King Carl was the manager, the most evil. He was the most dominating manager we ever had.
It was like a snowstorm, and we had like 500 people there. That whole middle school just had that one side of bleachers or whatever, and then we'd put, I think, a few chairs around, maybe. Place was packed, man.
Well, when the King was on the card, you know how it was.
Well, yeah, I mean. George Jetson in from outer space. Drew Wilson in green. 70QQ. Django Fett.
in, baby.
Greg Smith in green.
Wait a
In
minute.
the house.
Greg's going to tell you what you did wrong, how you messed this thing up, and we was late getting on because of you talking to women on the phone and everything. I hope your wife's not watching this, so she knows that you was on having some appointment with some girl you was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Vito in the house. I sent you a message today, Vito. Ask you if you had a picture of a red jacket. Do you have a picture of that red jacket by chance? Let me know if you got a picture of the red jacket that you gave to Nick Dinsmore before he started being Eugene.
The red jacket.
It was a red jacket, but he wore it inside out, so it was white. But I want a picture
Okay.
of the red side instead of the white side. What else we got? George says, do you have any experience in what is called wrestler's court, which the boys hold in the dressing room? We'll get to that in just a second, George. Tell them about your, I don't know if we were on mute. The microphones weren't working. Tell them about your big time you had last night, Rip.
Me or George?
Well, tell everybody about the big time you had last
Well, I
night.
had
Not
to-
just George. Don't say, hey, George, here's what I did last
It was
night.
the greatest
Tell
show.
everybody that's watching.
Okay, I had to go to Cincinnati, so I went with Turbo Floyd, Randy, or Turbo and
Turbo
Floyd.
and Floyd.
Yeah, no, well they
Got to get it right.
well, Shiloh come with his family from Louisville, and he had the girlfriend and the kids and everything like that. So he was there. He got out of that ring after that big 12, man. He was just sweat dripping down from him. But Mrs. Midget, Nick Wayne, they were there the night before. It was split into two. They ran the same building 2 nights in a row, about a 2,200 seat building, doing different tapes and stuff. So I was there. I didn't quite get to watch any matches because I was busy telling stories with all the guys. So I got some pictures up here later. We're going to put them up.
Oh, we're going to put them up now.
Okay, well, put a picture up, then when we can see who it is,
We got it.
who was there. Oh, I got my Outrunner shirt on here.
Yeah, I supported the show, Rips. I support our show. I wear. Matter of fact, we're going to give a T-shirt away today.
Well, give me one so I can have one to wear.
I've already given you one, and you don't ever wear it.
I don't know where
You
it's
never
at.
wear it. I
Well,
gave you
don't know
one.
Where it's at. Well, I did go to Miss Johnson and do my laundry, and I had all these dirty clothes in this big old huge trash bag. But we had lasagna, talked the shit, and got all that
With
shit
who?
done. Mitch Johnson. Oh, Mitch
Come
Johnson.
on, we got a show going on here.
Okay, I
Keep
forgot.
acting like me and you are just hanging out.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I mean, kind of, but not really.
Oh, it was so funny.
Like you've told me all this stuff about last night. I want you to tell them about last night.
Okay, well, it was great.
It was
You-
great.
Well,
Oh,
what-
great.
no, I'm about different things. Like you got the what an asshole. Here I am, an old man, almost 71 years old. Hey, watch that ice.
Okay.
Didn't give a shit. I thought
I gave you my fucking arm. I said, hold on to my
I
arm.
said I wanted a younger, more attractive man.
Uh,
I can't help it. If your arm is not rigid the way it used to be. I know I saw something. I think something else was getting rigid when you was trying to touch me because you needed a man with experience.
I'll just let you fall on your ass on the way out of here. It's fine.
Slide down all the way. Oh, my other car didn't start 2 days ago, and then it started again.
Well, what's the matter if you don't ever drive it? What's the matter if it starts or not?
Well, you have to have it to start just in case.
Well, you don't
of a
have
sup-
to.
a
You can never
super
drive
emergency.
a
or whatever.
super emergency.
Yeah, you
Mm.
never know.
2 cars. I wish I could afford 2 cars, man.
You got about 8 cars in here now. I'm thinking. How come when I'm here? There's Dustin Rhodes. Just picture Dustin Rhodes.
Trying to get you to talk about AEW last night, being there, hanging out. You refused to do it.
Okay, Ray Jazz is happy I wore his shirt, so he sent me something. Dave Marquez said something. I told him, I said, no matter what, I got the jacket on, just like I got the Dave Marquez free jacket on. Right
Yeah, and I wear our shirt. You don't ever plug your own damn shit. You'll plug everybody else in the world,
No,
but you'll
no,
never
no,
plug
I'll-
your own
No,
show.
I'll get the.
Hey, look at it, Ray Jazz. All right. Hey, look, Dave Marquez. What about fucking Rip Rogers? What about putting that over every once in a while?
Oh, okay.
Get some people to watch it, your own show.
Well,
Instead
the
of Dave
only-
Marquez's.
the only
stuff.
ones seeing it are the ones that are watching it. So how can you plug
When you're out
stuff
in
with-
public.
huh?
When you're out in public.
Oh yeah, there's a hey, well you should watch my show.
Yeah. I mean, who cares if you have a Ray Jazz shirt on last night
I got
at
what?
AEW? Ray Jazz.
Yeah.
You ought to have your shirt. Hey, I got my own
Did
show.
you know Ray Jazz?
Maybe
was-
we'll get some AEW
did
people
you know
in the
Ray
chat
Jazz
today.
was all American.
I whoop his ass
Oh,
any day of the
well,
week.
you probably-
Any day that ends in
Yeah,
a Y, I would whoop Ray Jazz's
Monday,
ass.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They all.
I've said it
enjoy
once. I've said it twice. I've said it a million times.
I
I don't
said
give
it-
2 shits about Ray Jazz, and I would kick his ass if he showed up here at Lila Studios today.
My boy. Oh, I love it when you're violent.
Talk about Dustin Rhodes here.
Dustin was there tonight. He was cool. He used to ride with me sometime years ago. So
Look who else you were with. The Learning Tree. Got a booger in your nose, though.
no, I ain't no booger in my
Right there in
nose.
the
That's just
corner.
a no. That's
right
a,
there in the corner.
no. I think it's a zit.
Well, they would still be there today if it was a zit.
Yeah,
So
well-
is it still there today?
I don't know.
Well,
See, I can't see that anyway.
how was Jericho last night? Did he know who you were?
Shit, he's asking for autographs.
Okay. Who else did you talk to last night?
Well, there's Rhea Ripley's husband, Buddy Matthews. So he was talking about. I said, man, you made it the hottest bitch in the world. You must have the big super hammer. You must have the length, the width, the veinage, the nuttage, trimming the pubes for the illusion of length. You over with me because, whew. I said, I'm thinking about your old lady in the pup tent every night. He goes, well, get in line. Who ain't?
She's the wrong color for you, man.
Huh?
She's the wrong color for you.
But she got.
You can't switch
Oh,
now.
Sure, I can.
No.
No, I mean, when
You know who he looks like?
no,
He looks like a warlord.
yeah, he does.
I think he does.
He does.
In the face.
yeah. Uh-huh. He does. He's got that body cover. This son bitch is jacked.
Yeah. So Rip went out and marked out at AEW last night, right?
Well, I marked out, I guess so, in the cafeteria because I never left it, so I didn't watch 1 second of the wrestling. But,
Did you ever talk to Tony Khan last night?
No, he was still locked in his office or whatever. So
Hmm.
this and that, but I was telling stories to all the guys. They was pumping me, so I was on fire, taking food out of there because they're gonna throw it away anyway. So
So did you take some home with you?
I got 2 days worth, maybe 3 days worth.
Did anybody care or say anything?
No, every guy there does it. That's the norm.
Hmm.
Hell, guys was they had jugs of like orange juice. They were walking after the cars with 2 jugs of orange juice. They had 2 of them, so it was balanced. So they weren't walking like that, you know.
So do they have like warm food? Do they have like chicken breast there?
Oh,
Or was it all like deli food?
No, they had all kinds of hot shit and the deli food.
WWE always had the like grilled chicken breast.
Yeah, they had the grilled chicken breast.
Good stuff. Hey, we got a new member, Rip. New member of the show,
Drum
Andrew
roll.
Sanchez.
Andrew Sanchez. That's like Felipe Manuel Guadalajara Tampico Gomez Jr. Now we got Andrew Sanchez.
Welcome, Andrew. I'm going to give away something today, Rip. I'm going to give away a T-shirt. You never wear yours, but I'm going to give one away. How do I get that off there?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I was going to make a little sign. I'll make one here. Once I get Rip telling a story or something, I'll make a little sign to post on here. But what we're going to do today, listen up, guys.
Oh, after you finally figured out how to turn it on and to get everything going.
Yeah. Mr. Technology over
Shit,
here.
yeah.
I've got 2 new T-shirts. They're not V-necks. They are regular collar. I'm going to give one away. One's an extra large and one's a double X. Extra large, double X. But there is a catch, Rip.
Uh-oh.
There is a catch to this. Oh, man.
Oh, I get a text message. Great.
At the end of this show today, Rip, we're going to draw out a name of all the people that give a $4.99 super chat or higher.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you do it, your name is going to go into that hat, Rip. And at the end of the show, we're going to draw out one name. Well, I got to go get it. At the end of the show, we're going to draw out one name, and I'm going to mail a Rip Rogers, a wrestling. Let me stand up here. A wrestling with Rip Rogers T-shirt to the lucky winner at the end of the show today. But you have to at least do one $4.99 or above super chat, and every one of those you do, you get your name in the hat an extra time.
Can I just pull my name out or anything?
No, you already have a shirt. You don't wear it.
Oh,
I gave you one. I gave you one for free. I bought you a shirt, and you refused to wear it.
I did.
I mean, you do.
Did.
It's not that you do or you did. You do. How about that? Got a lot of sun in here today. All this sun coming in off the snow.
It'll be here for a little bit.
Look at John Tucker came in with a $2. That's a little short, John. How are your ribs, Rip? Wish you well.
Well, the doctor said I had three broke ribs or whatever, and I wasn't supposed to do any like chest work or flies or the machine things. But you know, I sort of forget doctor's orders because I'm nuts. And does it still hurt? Yeah, probably always hurt because I'm too old. I don't think I'm not. And then I get the violin. No, you do the violin like this, don't you? Yeah. So as we're in the last stages of life, the last quarter of life, the bottom of the ninth, then you'll be doing this by yourself and nobody will help you like I do.
Yeah, when you croak, I'm done with this. There ain't no wrestling with the Rip Rogers without Rip Rogers.
No, it's going to be wrestling with George.
Wrestling with George.
And Django Fett.
I gotta get my water. Look at Drew Wilson. Drew Wilson jumped in. He said, "I need that."
Yeah,
shirt.
I need that shirt. I don't get any better than that.
Now, with that $4.99 and above super chat, you are allowed to ask a question too.
Yeah,
it's not just a donation. You get the question in. So, hand me that little notebook there, Rip.
Is that a little notebook?
Sure.
Okay.
We got Drew Wilson in for one entry right now, Rip. One entry right now. It's going to be the greatest show ever. First time giveaway.
Now George sent $10 on PayPal through there. Does that count?
I'll put George in twice.
Okay. Oh shit. He might be getting that. He'd be like getting that free T-shirt, baby.
George is in twice. Now remember, this T-shirt is a circular neck or whatever they're called, a normal T-shirt, and either a extra large or large, or no, extra large or double extra large. That's what we got.
So you got to be Jack then.
Django's in.
Django Fett right there. He's in for the super sticker.
He said, I want that T-shirt. Frank said his wife took his. She wears it around the house with a thong. Rip.
Ooh.
Send a picture,
yeah,
Frank.
Please.
Send a picture. We'll put it on here. Sure she'd love that.
You think Frank would take a picture of his hammer and send it to us?
I don't know. I don't really want to picture Frank's hammer, Rip. I was more interested in maybe his wife with the thong on. But
Oh, okay.
obviously, you're more interested in the hammer. Interesting. Let's see. Frank does ask a question in the very beginning. Can you speak on Ricky Starks? Do you know anything about Ricky Starks, Rip?
No.
I didn't figure probably a whole lot. Vito Andretti says, I have pics of myself in a thong. Yeah, you've sent them to me before. I'm not real interested in those either. No offense. You want a picture of Vito in a thong, Rip?
I want a picture where he shows the foot and the gimmick foot where he got all the toes cut off. Oh, yeah.
He asked if I wanted to see a picture of it. I was like, sorry, bud, not really. Sorry, Vito, not really. I got a weak stomach, man. Sorry.
He's not a real man like me. He's sort of and he don't have an Outrunner shirt either. So
no, I got it. Your shirt.
Oh,
Rip
yeah.
Rogers.
Okay.
Wrestling with Rip Rogers.
Yeah. And where do you get them? Where's that on sale?
Well, you can get them at ProWrestlingTees.com,
.com.
or you could win one today.
That's right.
All you got to do is get a $4.99 above super chat question. George Jetson said, we have a WWE-like production going on here today.
We do?
Well, when I was trying to get the, he's being sarcastic.
Oh,
you never understand ribs like when people are just
I
ribbing
never
you. You never get that.
I'm real serious.
You don't get sarcasm, ribs.
Right.
Seems like being in a wrestling business, you would.
As I was walking around,
catch on
in the thing, and I had my zipper down, and the worm was hanging out. And nobody even noticed. I said, "Oh, I thought I was ribbing everybody," and my feelings were hurt because I had the small peni.
Italian said, Rip, did you ever see Randy Savage versus Bobby Eaton in Nick Giles? Is it Goulas?
Nick Goulas. Oh, yeah.
Or is there really a Nick Giles?
No,
Nick
Nick
Goulas
Goulas
territory.
Yeah, Randy worked with Bobby.
I heard the matches were incredible.
Well, they were good, but they weren't incredible, but they were good because that was the first place where Randy got a chance to be the main event, and that was the only place Bobby had ever worked at that time. So they did a lot of moves, but Randy was intense. He's never had that intensity. He's always shy. Like even when he was a heel, he could do all these great wrestling moves, but he wasn't into the intensity and the emotion, which I guess was a good character for him because he was sure as hell great. Never heard anybody say a bad word about Bobby. And you'd love to work. But then again, I said a bad word to him every time because I remind him every time how he punched me in the ear, and I still got the ear that can pop it just like that. And every day he'd go, I'm sorry about that, Brisky, that I punched you in the ears in 1978 or 77, whatever the hell it was.
T. Weasel said he's on a 5-game winning streak at the poker table. How about that, Rip?
I think he's in a 5-game winning streak of playing with himself is what he is. With the hot dog neck, and he's so fat. He got that looks like a bull, like a neck like Tom Zupanzik, like Zupo, like he holds the world neck lift record. But I think it's just extra fattage from him. I guess if he was doing his thing with his.
When's the last time you saw him? Maybe he's lost weight.
The Weasel.
Yeah.
Well,
he was in that big showdown coming up with Eric from work or whatever. Remember?
Yeah.
Eric Martinez, Eric Jimenez.
Yeah, he's gone now though. So
yeah. So maybe T Weasel's
slacking.
No, maybe he's in shape. When's the last time you saw him?
I don't know. I can't remember. When's the last time I was home? I'd seen him there. He's always hanging out at the bar on like going out on Highway 50, like going towards the interstate.
Brewski's, it's not there anymore.
It's not run out of business.
Well, I think it moved in town, but I don't think it's exactly the same as it used to be.
Oh,
Big George did send in some money today through PayPal. Thank you, George. So we're going to let him get a question in for sure on the screen. If you could wrestle one person from the past and one from the current product, who would it be, Rip?
I'd want to work against Buddy Rogers. That's for sure, of the guys from the past. And today, let me see, drum roll. I'd like to work against Von Lila.
Oh, come on, somebody else besides that.
I'd like to work against Gunther.
Ooh, man, You want to get your ass kicked, huh?
Shit, he ain't gonna kick my
Ah,
motherfucking
Rip
ass.
wants to get his butt kicked.
Shit.
Man. I thought you were going to say Jericho.
Uh,
Have you ever wrestled Jericho?
no.
Good question, George. Like it.
Yeah, that was a good question.
John Tucker's second super chat of $2. You get one more of these in, John Tucker, and you can be eligible for that T-shirt. You put you over the $4.99 mark. One more of these. What wrestler had the coolest truck or car, Rip?
Oh, wow. I'm trying to think. I know Scott D'Amore had that great traveling, that Cine Cruiser thing, and we'd all trap when we was in the Maritimes. He would be driving down from Ontario, go down to work for Jody Hamilton every week. He'd get a couple trans sheet, and he'd have bring different people with him, and he had a nice cruiser, whatever it's called. I'm not a car guy, you know. I'm a guy that don't know nothing about being a guy except perversion and stuff like that. So that's sort of the norm in the wrestling business.
Thank you, John Tucker. Appreciate that. What else we got here, Rip? Let me go back here. Frank said, R.I.P. Bounty hunter Jack Cougar died.
I didn't know that.
I think somebody else sent me that today. What was his
Jack Kruger was his real name.
Kruger?
That was his real name. And when I went to the Maritimes the first time in '78, he was with me in my Pinto driving there. And he was always smoking dope. I think he was from Danville, Indiana. I think, yeah, Danville, Indiana, I think it was. Or it might have been Danville, Illinois. I can't remember.
Urias Tosh in the house. It says Rip Rogers is all elite, Rip.
I'm all elite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dick Hammerbush is in the house today.
Wait a minute. That can't be a real name.
Dick Hammerbush.
Dick Hammerbush.
You know him?
No, that's got to be a gimmick name.
You think so?
Dick Hammer. Well, you got your hammer and you got your bush down there, right? So I ain't buying that. He's just ribbing me. Dick's Hammerbush.
If a broken down codger like Jake Roberts could manage an AEW, there's no reason Rip should not be managing the Outrunners.
Well, I'd have to walk to the ring and I'd have to get in the ring. So that was always
maybe they could take you down in like a
wheelchair.
Outrunner wheelchair or something.
Yeah, because I remember they did a thing in Smoky Mountain years ago when Ron Wright he would come down and he was a manager and he was always in the wheelchair. Then when the time was right, he'd get up and clock the guy to go sit down in the chair again.
So you no talk last night about being the Outrunners manager? That never came up last night?
No, not last night.
No, just another night?
Not that night either.
George says we never answered the question about Wrestler's Court.
I think Wrestler's Court was a thing with Undertaker all the time.
Did it not happen like in
any other place? I
territories? Did you ever have a Wrestler's Court?
No, no, we was too busy being pervs and shit.
Nobody cared about all that other stuff.
Nobody cared that shit, you know. Okay, you're on. You have to go an extra. You gotta work twice tonight because you was with that underage girl or boy or whatever. You know, it's just different. No, under the age of 25 or something.
There we
How's
go.
that?
That's much better.
You know, I can't remember right because my teeth wasn't in right.
Shane Park said, "You ever worked with Barry Darsow?"
Crusher Darsow, I think I worked with him somewhere. I can't remember if it was I think it was in Louisiana. I can't remember if he's Crusher Darsow, Barry Darsow, or whatever the hell he was. I think he was another one of those guys that was trained by Eddie Sharkey, the Minnesota boys, like the Road Warriors. He trained a lot of the guys that became superstars, and he would train them. They'd break in, and Nikita Koloff was another one. They all made big ass money.
If you could have had a manager instead of a valet, Who would you have chosen from the past, Rip?
Oh, Bobby Heenan. Because if Heenan was my manager, I'd have more heat than anybody just because you're associated with Bobby Heenan. Because Bobby Heenan, whether he was a ref or whether he was special referee, whether he was a manager or whether he was a wrestler, that son of a bitch, I'd watch him and he'd get up and seemed like the whole building would stand up waiting for him to do something. He'd look left, look right, adjust his pants and sit back down again and just steal the show moving and just getting up because they knew that son of a bitch was going to do something, and he always did. He was the greatest manager of all time.
I don't think Bull Diggins on here, but he had sent something to me. You ever remember seeing any of this stuff where rings in the water?
No.
Sorry, Bull Diggin. I know you've emailed this to me before. There's a match of a ring in the water.
So I guess they throw him out of the ring. And
Sounds like it's in German.
Or, well, it might be in German, but that probably is not a German. They just took an old thing that was done somewhere else, probably.
It said in a large swimming hall.
A swimming hall.
Billy Cantanzaro and Pierre Barnet versus Mr. Montreal and Vasilioso Montelupoulos.
So it was French Canadian shit or wrestling in France, one or the other.
I guess. Never seen that before?
No,
So the Screaming Baboon from Australia sent me some stuff too. He watches all our old shit, Rip.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got the one where I gave you the headset. Remember when I gave you the headset one time?
Are you kidding? I can't remember where I was at a while ago, let alone a long time ago when you had it. So I'd put the things on my ears. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And then you scream in it the whole time.
Oh.
Because all you used to do was whisper. So then I gave you that, and then you scream the whole time.
Well, you're just like a girl. No matter what you do, you complain.
No, he's pointed out. He's sending it to me. And then you tell me to.
Holy shit! Now I'm screaming because I can't hear nothing.
I need to get this pulled up.
Yeah, I got my T-shirt on.
Yeah. See, I told you had one.
Oh shit! I'm loud.
I gotta get this.
But if I'm talking like this, I can't hear how loud I'm talking because I got my fingers in my ears, so I can't hear.
I would have had all this stuff ready today if that girl didn't call me.
Oh yeah, well you can't help it because you can't control that big hammer of yours.
I would have had all this stuff set.
Oh, you blaming the girl?
No, I really would have.
No, because you're busy chasing women. Oh,
I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get it going today. All right, come on, Rip. Back to the show, buddy.
Okay, well,
Here's the machine. $5. You're in the draw, man.
All right, the draw. Let me see.
Any Owen Hart stories?
Well, the Owen Hart story where Pillman and Owen Hart were making fun of Benoit and calling him a dwarf because how short he was. Then I had them all line up and they was all the same size, all about 5'10" and a half. And I put the rulers on their head and the board on their head. And I said, no, I said, you guys are all the same size. So if Benoit's a dwarf, then you guys are dwarfs too. Benoit had the body. He was like Randy Savage. Randy Savage had the legs of a 5'8" guy. That's why he was so coordinated. But then he had the long trunk. And Chris Benoit had the long trunk. And then he had the shorter legs, and he does sort of look like a dwarf because he would have the long tights on and stuff. But I'm not going to put them guys over. So
So now in AEW, Jeff Jarrett's back in like the main event action. He's been in with MJF, so they're actually going back and bringing up Owen Hart. It's kind of weird. 25 years later, Owen Hart was never even in NWA.
Right.
It's part of their feud. I know you're not going to say anything bad about AEW right now, though, Rip, because we love AEW, and I know you're super stoked about AEW right now. So
Yeah.
I know you like that angle. Then
That was the greatest angle ever done. I'm thinking.
let's see. Look at that, Drew Wilson, another $5. You got another name in the entry today. Drew Wilson's got 2 names now in the big T-shirt draw.
Wow. Would I rather have a valet or a manager? If I could have a manager, I would have Bobby Heenan, as we was talking about earlier. Would I want to have a valet? Really? No. Because all that's going to do is she'll get the heat and and it's taken away from you. Where I want the heat on me, but if Heenan's my manager, then I can just piggyback off him. And if I was the shits, no matter how bad I'd be, I would be formidable because I'd have Bobby Heenan as a manager. I could sell the whole time. Then Heenan do one thing and we win. Of course, the heat's on Heenan, but that doesn't matter. We just want people yelling and screaming and say we hate us and whatever, because I'm evil and I got Bobby Heenan as a manager. As Heenan was the greatest manager of all time.
How many managers or valets did you have, Rip? Do you know? Can you name a few?
Just Brenda was my.
Is she the only valet you ever had?
Yeah. But I wouldn't have wanted a valet because I want the heat on me. I don't want it on the girl. Cause she ain't, I don't want it on no girl.
Okay, but you had some other managers besides her. I saw Romer manage you once. Who else?
I'm trying to think in territories. I don't think I had managers.
Ever? Never?
No, it's like when I was in Portland, I'd go out with Buddy Rose and he'd go out with me, and we'd be like the distraction on the outside of whoever was in the ring. The other guy was a distraction for the referee and stuff, and we'd always get involved like that. But as far as me having another manager, I don't think so.
I was your manager once. Why didn't you mention me?
You got it on tape there or anything?
They're not seeing me being your manager.
Yeah.
Well, I you know what I do? I did.
Oh.
T Weasel recorded it.
Oh.
And I don't know whatever happened to it, but
Did we? Oh, no, wait a minute. I remember at OVW, Weasel was my manager, right?
see there's
Yeah.
another manager. You're
Okay,
acting like
but-
you never had any managers.
Well,
there's 2 more.
I was talking about in the territories, not like
just ever,
do what?
just ever any manager you ever had.
The pressure's on right now. Hell, I can't remember my name half the time,
Mm.
let alone all the managers I work with or whatever.
Let's see if this
Or
thing
somebody
works.
or some promoter might say, "Hey, have that boy as your manager." Just one night, he wanted to see how he could do.
I'm going to see if I can get this to play.
What you think of shit? I got guys coming on with earrings. I watched Don Fargo rip a guy's earring. He had the audacity.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Business with wear jewelry.
And the thing?
It's one thing to go in there.
Can you guys hear this?
What's that? What are you doing? What are you talking about?
Can you guys hear this? Somebody see it, hear it, anything?
Nothing this loud in freaking 30 weeks of filming when I try to get you to talk into the microphone.
Steve.
Jim, shut up.
And then you talk in a microphone right through your mouth. And
Dude, listen to you breathing that thing.
Since we've ever done it.
Well, you ought to just say, oh, good. I should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Since you're the producer, you're the director, you're Mr. Technology. I'm not. Hell, well, what it is, I'm talking about it because I can't hear myself because I got the damn headphones on. So it feels like I got a cold in my head. Anyway, back to guys wearing jewelry in the ring. They're saying, hey, everybody, this is phony as not. This ain't real. If you had a goddamn fucking earrings, you'd rip them out. Nose ring, you'd rip them out. Guys wearing a necklace, you'd rip it. If you want to go in the ring with it, and didn't have the ceremony of taking them off, whatever, blah, 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 that's fine. But you don't want to go in there wearing gold chain. Why don't you do that in a real? First thing you do is rip the son of a bitch off. That's one of them things. As soon as I see it, I go, oh God, fucking marks. Can't fucking stand it. And for those and for you bosses that put up with that shit, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. How's that? I give a motherfucking shit. I got my Circle K pizza Friday night, 6 pieces, $6.
Man,
Wow.
on fire that day,
On
Rip.
fire. On fire.
Screaming a little bit there, Rip. And the
Well, it was like if I'm
you
talking.
see you looking in the thing and talking loud,
Well, I
man.
can't, if I'm like this, I can't really hear how loud I am. So if I'm loud or if I'm soft, I can't hear it. But I hate guys when they wear. Oh, I had to sit there and just cringe as I saw people go in the ring with fucking earrings. Oh, I just sit there. I said, "What's the matter?" I said, "Nothing." I said, "You forget it. It don't matter."
All right, today we got a little thing going on, giving away 2 T-shirts. In case you're just now joining us, 2 T-shirts,
Can I
two.
get
Or
in
no,
there?
I'm sorry, time out. Giving away 1 T-shirt. I have a extra large and a double extra large. They're Rip Rogers shirts here. They're not V-necks. They're circle necks. And if you get every time you do a $4.99 super chat or above, your name gets put in the drawing. Right now, we've got Drew Wilson in twice, Big George in twice, Django Fett in once, and Heza Machine in once. John Tucker needs one more $2 super chat to be in.
Is that a circle neck? Is that
Or just a
real word?
normal. I don't know. It's a
I never
V-neck,
heard. I
so-
was gonna say I never heard of a circle neck. Just a regular T-shirt then.
Yeah, just a T-shirt, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I had to fucking save the day again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I missed your save the day.
Young Muddy Joe in the house said, "Don't tell Rip I'm late."
Oh, imagine! Oh, a call from U.S. debt helpers. I don't know who would be in debt like me.
Dead or debt?
Debt. D-E.
Oh, I thought dead.
No debt. Well,
I thought you were getting called to.
Oh, I could be dead and debt. I guess it. Whatever.
Ibsen Arroyo said, "Did you ever think the NWO was a shoot when it first started?"
No.
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 Patrick Young in the house. Mike Myers in the house. Rip is wearing the shirt you said he never wears. Yeah,
No. Yeah. No. I just got it last night.
You just got it last night.
I just got it last. I guess I guess I couldn't wear it if I didn't have it. So
I don't remember.
I don't think we ever said anything about that before.
Urias Tosh talking some trash in
What
here.
is he saying?
Oh, he's saying, bribe your way to recognition, Marks. Maybe Lilas will mention your name and you can jerk off.
Ooh.
Ooh, good one, Urias. Think I'd rather go take a dump, he said. Well, get the fuck out of here then.
Yeah. Well, I didn't ask you to be on here, Urias. You can stick it up your ass, stick it up your ass, or stick it up your ass, or
Stick it up his ass.
yeah. Oh no, I want a younger, more attractive man.
Oh, Adam Bomb's in the house.
Adam
I
Bomb.
missed him.
All right.
Went right past him. The Adam Bombcast.
Well,
What's up, buddy?
we get a major superstar, the great Adam Bomb here, Brian Clark, doing great, looking big, looking jacked. Another legend in wrestling. He was probably doing nothing, flicking through the thing. Hey, wrestle with Rip Rogers on. I'll just go in there, and he won't be like Uriah and knock everybody.
I bet that's who Uriah was talking about. He was calling Adam Bomb a mark or whatever. I
No.
bet that's who he was
Shit,
talking
Adam
about.
Bomb be beating his motherfucking ass. I should
Adam Bomb wanted to bribe his way into recognition. He's a mark, I guess Uriah is saying.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Okay.
Uh-huh. Welcome to the show, Adam Bomb. Man, I'd love to have you on live sometime. I think I sent you a message once or twice. Maybe you could come on and visit us. Welcome. Thanks for being in the chat today.
Hell yeah.
Hope things are good. Can't believe I missed the comment. I think you know what, I saw this earlier, but I didn't really think it was him. But
Uh-huh.
I didn't read the thing. I just saw the name.
Yeah.
Didn't read the thing. That's my fault. You need to hire your new right-hand man here, Rip. Somebody that won't just
you got-
pass.
Well, I mean, you do have no salary, so it's,
Oh, ain't that the truth?
it's hard to ooh.
Can't get much cheaper.
Oh, Frank's Pickle Barrel asked. This is for Lives panties. Okay. Rips Lives panties, rips Liz panties. Come on, Frank.
I think instead of a t-shirt, he wants your panties.
Oh, well, I could do live on Rip Rogers Live live or whatever. I could actually pull out the packing and pull that.
Oh, no.
But I'm freshly packed, so I'm ready for action. I bet Frank's pickle barrel ass. He's emulating me, like Uriah was, and I bet they're packed too.
I bet so.
That's shit. We're gonna just send or start selling packing.
I'd say
Lilas and Rogers packing.
I'd say no.
No, okay.
Frank, you're in the draw. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Bobby Lopez says, I want a chance for that shirt. Was Buddy Landell's superplex he gave you on WCW TV as stiff as it looked?
Well, it was rotten. I remember that. He landed on his butt.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that.
ain't the way you do it. Well, Buddy didn't do a lot of things, but what the hell, right? Buddy could get a job because he was so fucking funny, and he'd be ribbing all the time. And he was a good worker, but yeah, when he gave me that suplex, I remember hitting and like fucking like going across the ring. I said, God damn, Buddy. And he goes, well, I never done that before. What's it? Why do you do that? God dang.
That's awesome. 70QQ said Vaughn said he gets no salary and worth every penny.
Well, that was like Nick Gula saying, Disky, I'd like to pay you more money, but I can't pay you what you're worth. It wasn't worth a dime.
I don't know that you said that right.
I don't think I did.
I think
either.
you just said that wrong.
I probably did.
What else we got here? Let's see.
Is the Weasel still on, or is he still going back?
I don't
to doing
know.
what he was doing
I
before.
don't know.
God, I need to.
Oh, Mike Myers. Yeah, that's my bad, man. He was talking about the video I showed. Rip had the shirt I said you never wore. You had the Rip Rogers shirt on in the old show. My bad, man. Yeah.
I probably got it in the big.
So yeah, where is that shirt, man?
Probably got it in the big trash bag, and then I'll just keep wearing the same shit all the time and throw the stuff back in the bag.
Have you ever thought about looking and seeing if it's in there and wearing it sometime?
Well, by the time I got here, my mind was.
Well, I don't mean today. I mean like any other day of the week for the last.
I'll work on that.
Any other Friday in the last 2 years, maybe.
I'll work on that.
Okay, good. That's great. Great. Next Friday. Let's see. Patrick Young, Dusty said, "Don't do things you don't know how to do."
That's right. Don't do things that you don't know how to do.
So I got a question then. Back in the day, there wasn't really wrestling school. So how did you learn to do new things? You had to try them out in the ring, didn't you? Like during shows.
Yeah, everything I did was since I wasn't trained, they said if I would be married to somebody for a week, he'll say we're going to work on this, and this. And so I'd learn 5 new things and how to do it. And every night we would be working. I might be working with somebody for 6 straight weeks or whatever. So he's telling me what to do. He says, tonight we're going to work on this, and tomorrow we're going to work on this and that. And then we come back and say, well, this was okay. This was the shits. This is how you do this better. And we'll try it again tomorrow night. So everything I did in the ring is all one thing at a time. If you can learn one thing at a time, if you learn one thing in one night at the end of the year, you've got 350 things you learned, no matter what it is. That's how you do it.
Frank says, Rip, do you remember buying guys? I can't imagine you would have ever bought anybody anything, but you remember buying guys 48-ounce steaks and eating the scraps. Did they buy them and you eat the scraps? I can't imagine you buying them.
I would go, me and Randy would go into like Waffle House, and we'd give the guys cleaning the tables a couple bucks a piece, and they would leave all the scraps out. We just come in and we get a couple boxes from them and just take all the food that was part steak, part potatoes, corn, whatever it was, and whatever it was, we just eat that. And we get full for the $2 we give Waffle House. The Waffle House guys was happy to see us because they knew we was always going to tip them $2 a piece.
Shane Parks Nice. In green says ever wrestled Jimmy Golden.
Yeah, Jimmy was fucking great, and he never got the recognition he deserved. But he was really Ron Fuller's cousin. So whenever it was, whether it be Southeastern, Continental, or just when they were in Knoxville before they went down to Pensacola, it was always Ron Fuller, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and Bob Armstrong, and Roy Lee Welch. Because the Fuller's real names is Welch. Did I answer that right?
Yeah, I think so. I got to run down and get some scissors and me a water. Don't forget, here in about 20 minutes, we'll be doing the giveaway, the big T-shirt. George Jetson says, and the way you get that is $4.99 super chat. You get your name in a drawing. George Jetson says, what did Rip think of the Tupelo concession stand brawl when he first saw it?
I just laughed.
If you run out of that,
Yeah, it was nothing but fun. I think Danny Davis was in that. But they would just, you can have brawls in the concession stand, but you only got certain things there because you know you're going to have that brawl tonight. So you're throwing like sort of like safe. Here's a pop in your face. Here's popcorn, because you can just clean the son of a bitch up when the thing's over. But then you're like throwing candy bars and stuff, because when the thing's over, you just put them back in the box and you're selling everything. So it looks like you're really out of control. You're really having a wild time, but you're really not doing nothing. You're just working, having a good time. You're basically playing, just like a couple 6 years old having a fight in kindergarten, throwing this at you, throwing pop on the, I throw a pop on you, you throw a pop on me. We're both registering. Then I take a thing and hit you in the, take a thing of popcorn. I throw it in your face. You register that and you throw it in my face. Then I hit you. Then I start throwing, candy bars at you. You start throwing candy bars at me. Then we get an ice cream thing and I slam it in your face. You get an ice cream and you throw it in my face, and we go to the next table, and then we're taking some more pops and more coffees, and then the coffee's a little warmer, so it sort of burns you, but what the hell, right? Because you got it on tape, and now all of a sudden, once you see it in the concession stand brawl, and you could take it all around the loop and have the concession stand brawl, whether it be in Louisville, whether it be in Memphis, whether it be in Lexington, or whatever. But when you was in worked Southern style wrestling, you would have all the weekly towns. It's like when I was working in Tampa, I had Jacksonville, I had Tampa, I had Orlando, and you had Miami. You had 4 days where you're going the same places every week. That's like ICW. We was in Johnson City every Tuesday. We was in Pikeville every Monday. We had we have a double shot on Sunday with Manchester and Combs, which is like 2 miles outside of Hazard. So it's just repeat business, and the fans and the rats all come to that. Okay, what rats was going to be in Combs, Kentucky. You knew what rats was going to be at Ernie Couch's Entertainment Center. You knew rats were going to be in Johnson City, and then like the first Thursday of every month. That's always the best because people get their welfare checks and stuff. So you knew that your Pikeville was going to be the best. Johnson City was going to be the best. You know, that's why we'd run Frankfurt because we had 2 TVs there, and it was the first Wednesday of the month. And we go to Beckley, West Virginia, which was basically our best town, the best Thursday of every month. And I'm rambling, and I don't know if you understand all that, but what the hell?
Big George says, do you have any regrets in pro wrestling, Rip?
Oh, hell none. No, if I said fuck you, I meant fuck you. When you're hired, it's just a countdown to be fired. And I didn't really give a fuck about the money. I was into the fucking things I was doing because I never really owed any money until I got like I am now. And now you're homeless and penniless and whatever. And I sleep in Lilas's backyard sometimes, and he'll actually throw me a dog food like he's throwing a dog a bone. You know how to treat somebody that's got Donald Trump hair with the kayfabe.
Hey, we got a good question here from
Okay.
Patrick Young. What's the difference between registering and selling?
Okay, registering.
Good question, man.
Okay, yeah. Registering is a lost art. Well, most of the things that used to be pro wrestling is a lost art. Selling, I don't want you to die. I want you to register. It's just like you had.
No, you just know you
Like if I'm hitting Von Lias, I don't want you to flat back bunk and go down. I want you to fucking register. Boom. Then I hit him again, and then he goes to a knee and he wibble wobbles like he's registering. His face is just showing he's got hit, and I hit him in the ear. He's selling that, but he's not going down and just saying there like he's knocked out or anything. The art of the fucking register, and only the big stars knew how to register, because the other guys would tell you, no, you're not. Don't work like a superstar. You're not there yet. You learn to work like a main eventer when you get the okay to. Because if you overstep your fucking bounds, they fucking punish you. If your match is too good, a lot of times you would get punished, but I didn't give a shit because I just want to get it on tape. So I had it on, video.
wouldn't registering be like you're kind of acknowledging that you were
hit.
like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh shit type of thing. Selling is more like when you're
Boom.
down and
Right.
dying and
Right.
crawling around and
Yeah. It's a mini cell is what it is.
there's a difference between John Moxley like getting punched and totally not acting like he ever got hit. He could at least like register like, oh shit.
Well, when you're a superstar, Dick the Bruiser, he would just register. He never sold.
Yeah, but I'm saying that sometimes people don't even register. I'm saying
Well, yeah, you're right, but that's on the office. I said, no, you need to register more, or you need to actually sell, because you're going to come back and win strong in the end. So if you don't sell your opponent, the match is a shits to begin with, unless you're supposed to squash him.
good question. Saw where Black Bart passed away.
Yeah, he used to make some trips with me years ago when we was working in Pensacola, and he was a big guy, and he talked like a hillbilly, funnier and shit, and we just fucking laugh. And he always had that the tobacco chew in his mouth, and he always had his spit cup with him. He was a good guy, and he could tell some great stories.
All right, John Tucker made it. He made the draw. He's got 3 $2 super chats, so he's
Okay.
I got to put his name down. John Tucker comes through with what's your favorite part of women's wrestling?
Well, when you're
The boobs, the ass.
Well, when you're young, you're looking. All you want to see is tits and ass, and then as you get older, you want to see a good match, and very seldom do you see a good match. They just don't have really any athletic ability, because it'd be like running the Olympic 100-meter champion for a guy against the girl. He would just destroy her, because guys are more athletic, etc. But then again, when it comes to back, well, you can, maybe a titty will come out, or the fucking
Yeah, but you could say that about anything. And you love Caitlin Clark in WNBA, but the guys would kill the girls in that too.
yeah.
You could say
But she dominates the girl. But you got to remember, see, like the Moolah girls, they weren't excessively attractive, but Moolah controlled all the girls in pro wrestling pretty much. But I know Cora Combs always worked with Debbie, because Cora had paid her dues and it had worked before. So we always used some of Moolah's girls in ICW, but we usually use always Debbie Combs with her mother, who was Lady Satan, because hell, Cora would come out. I'd say, Cora, she goes, I know what to do. I'm going to go about 25 and she's going to beat me with this. I said, okay, I don't have to tell you nothing, Cora, because Cora was legendary. And Debbie started wrestling when I think she was about 17 or something, but it might've been earlier than that. But Debbie Combs was so good. And when you get so good, then all of a sudden you're one of Moolah's girls. That don't mix right. But like when we use Judy Martin and Leilani Kai, which we would get when we would go through Moolah, like Debbie was off touring somewhere else and she couldn't work or whatever. But then Debbie was when she worked with Donna Day, they trained her, so they would always they could always go. They could go 30 minutes in the match, and the people were always interested. If you wanted them to. But Cora Combs, you couldn't tell her nothing. Hell, I know what to do, Disco. So Cora was over with me.
I'm not sure you. I mean, you went from kind of not answering the question to talking about old female wrestlers from
Yeah.
the past.
It's okay. What are they saying?
Just says, what's your favorite part about women's wrestling? I think they are very athletic these days. For not all of them, but
Uh-huh.
some of them. You don't think they're as athletic now as they ever have been?
They're just not very good. Because to
Have
make
you watched WWE women's wrestling lately? I think some of them are.
okay.
I think some of them are pretty good. Have you watched
No, no, I,
Okay.
no. I won't watch it.
them? All right. What's your favorite part, John Tucker? Just out of curiosity. I don't know. I don't mind it. Ever work a show with Candy Divine, Rip?
Shit, we used to. Yeah, she would come down and work a lot for us. Because I remember when she was a fan in Nashville, and then she was a president. I think she was like the president of the Lanny Poffo fan club or whatever it was like that. But I was around Candy for years.
Let's see, where was that question at? Just lost it. Any memories of working with headliner Chris Michaels? Saw him at a show last week, local mainstay.
Yeah, I remember when he was just starting.
He was at OVW for a minute, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was always
Back in the day.
yeah, he was good. I always liked working with him and Todd Morton. Yeah, because Todd Morton, he'd always get. It looked like he was mad. He'd always get real red when he was mad. So I don't know if he held his breath or whatever it was.
Bobby Lopez said now would be the perfect time to get Jake Hager over, aligning with him with a heel Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they're both in. Yeah, you can see that. All right, we got about 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. If we get some more super chats in for this T-shirt, Rip Rogers T-shirt, normal T-shirt. It's going to be either a extra large or double extra large. I've got a few names in here right now, more than a few, but $4.99 super chat or higher will get you in the entry. We'll go ahead and draw it out at 110, Rip. If we can get some more questions, at least to keep us entertained for 8 more minutes at 110 Eastern time.
I think the Weasel needs to get in this thing.
Shit, he's such a poker star. For all his talk about winning all this poker stuff, he acts like he's poorer than you are, Rip.
Yeah, well,
You guys should have a who's the poorest fight one day.
well, Weasel.
Both
is-
of you are probably
well,
millionaires.
Yeah, Weasel lives with Mom, so he's got that thing, and then all he does is sit down at the bar all day and probably gets free drinks, talking, telling lies about. He's on the girl waitress, telling them how hot they are when he's just going, ha ha ha, I hate you. You're not going to get the Weasel. The Weasel's over, and that girl ain't. And he probably abuses women.
Does he drink?
I don't know.
He always says he's at the bar. Does he drink?
Well, he just sits at that bar. I don't know what he's drinking. I don't even probably don't drink. He probably just probably drinks a water with the lemon on it and sweet and low, so he don't spend no money. Uses their TV, and he just uses that as a pickup spot where all the women know the Weasel's going to be there in case they need a little bit of talking dirty to.
Oh, it's blurry.
It's
He
blurry.
must have sent that to me.
I did well.
No, him. I mean, look at that. There's Rip and the Weasel. That's kind of
Manny the Weasel Valverde.
blurry as well.
That must be in in Seymour and the.
Nah, it might. Well, it ain't at Crossroads. It might be at the
No,
other one.
yeah, it'd be at the one on Tipton Street. Anytime Fitness, probably.
Rip and the
The
Weasel.
Weasel posing. I never did get to take his shirt off just to see him do some jumping jacks.
Hez Machine in for another. I got to write his name down again.
Has a machine, ladies and gentlemen.
How was it tagging with Ted Oates as the Hollywood Blondes?
Yeah, I was tagging with Ted Oates, and I never even met him before. That's when Ole told me, he says, I'm going to bring you, and you guys win the national tag team. And Ted Oates is he's going to be your partner. You know him? I said, nope. So Ted was funny. He would get mad a lot of times about something, and he'd always do a lot of bumps. And his brother Jerry was just nothing could. Jerry, he was just always in a good mood, happy to be in the wrestling business. It seems like I could have been wrong, but it seems like Ted was always mad about something. I think they were just brothers in the business, and one was like a good guy, and Ted was always sort of mad, pouting. Something, the match didn't go right or whatever. Hell, the goddamn pay's the same. Who gives a shit? But they were definitely two completely different personalities.
How long were you partners with him?
Hell, I can't remember. I just remember Ole said I was going to be tag team partners, win the national tag team champions, and then hold it for a while. And then because we were a smaller team, and Ole liked bigger teams, especially because we was working against Ole. Ole and Gene Anderson, or Ole and Thunderbolt, or whatever it was like that. And Ole was Ole liked big heels because, and we were smaller heels. We might have been faster and dirtier, or whatever, but it's the size thing. Ole liked his big heels.
Patrick Young said, been wanting to get the retired Eddie Diamond to help with training.
Ben Hameen?
Nope, never said Ben Hameen. Patrick Young said, been wanting, I've been wanting to get the retired Eddie Diamond to help with training.
Where at?
I don't know. Patrick Young must be training somewhere. Where are you training at, Patrick Young? Trying to get Eddie Diamond to help him out.
Oh.
It sounds like.
Well, I think Eddie's from the group that all come from around Richmond, Virginia, where it was Sucio and Jimmy and Package and Timmy Danger, and then Eddie Diamond. I think that wasn't that the group that came down from there? Yeah.
Frank says, Rip, what was your most memorable orgy?
I could go into that, but we might be pulled off the air, so we better just take it easy with that. But I like the story with Randy where we were brothers. Well, you can't tell the real good ones because they're a little bit heavy, just like the women we was abusing. But what the hell, right?
They were heavy?
No, I was a rib. I don't do.
I don't know. Last week you were on both sides. You went from saying, "Oh, I hate fat girls," and then 20 minutes later you're like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I love fat girls. It doesn't matter."
No, you like the fat girls if she's giving you gas money, if she's bringing you food, if she's buying you food when you're there, and you're riding for free, and then you can abuse her about being heavy all the time. So that's cool.
Did you ever meet Gorilla Monsoon?
Oh hell yeah! Shit, I was calling Gorilla Monsoon trying to get booked all the time. And he knew how rotten I was. I wasn't even smart to the business.
2 minutes to the big draw. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everybody. 2 minutes. Get your last $4.99 super chat in. 2 minutes. Why didn't you ever make a surprise appearance for the Royal Rumble, Rip? Isben Arroyo wants to know.
Well, I guess nobody asked me to. If I was going to get paid, I'd surely be there.
You think you would have won?
I think they would, as a rib, they would put me in first, and I would stay till the second to the last, and then I would be eliminated. So so I'd be in there 57 minutes, and it was a hell of a rib on me, right?
Patrick Young from Virginia. Hey, Patrick, do you know like Jimmy, James Long, Jimmy, and Sucio and those guys, Chris Silvio? Any Cousin Crazy stories? He was a radio DJ in Seymour.
At WJCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cousin Crazy always wore the crazy stuff. He'd come to the ring like he was a mental patient. Then he'd start wrestling, and I said, "Yeah, he looks like he wrestles like a mental patient too."
Did you train him, Rip?
I can't remember. I remember he was there, but I can't remember if he did. I'd always make him stay in character. So I want you to be a character 24 hours a day. And that's the way the wrestlers used to be. Now they're a character when they're out there. And then all of a sudden the bad guys say, "Oh, hello, how are you? Nice to see you," stuff like that. Instead of saying, "Fuck off, bitch," or something like that. Fat grumble. Grumble and grunt. He is unt.
He is still crazy, he said.
No, he's still crazy.
Patrick Young said, I know them. I was supposed to come with them, but I met some lady Rip and I should have met back in 2012. Missed my chance. TV Danger has a promotion there now, he said. Package used to come there a lot. All right, let's see.
Package busy being over. It's like they had Package and Susio had the Blossom Girls, right?
Yeah.
And Susio dumped one, and then Package is the evil guy now. Now he's dumped, and he's just a player now.
How do you know she didn't dump him? Do you know that?
No, Package, no.
So you don't know, really?
I just know it was. I know. I ribbed him about it. So Package is like he's got his own cult following for all the girls now. So
Mm.
Package is over. You know, Package has got the. He's sort of shredded now. Training, got the vein in his arm, so Package is looking good.
About time he got in shape.
Yeah. Well, what the hell, right?
I mean, shit.
So you got Rump Thump doing it. Rump Thump looks like he hadn't aged one day in the face. The butt's not as big, but he's got the shoulders. He's got the fucking pecs. He's fucking jacked. I accused him of wearing a size 2 T-shirt to get over. And I said, I'm gonna have to fire you. So I said, you're looking better than the wrestlers.
All right, I'm folding these names up, Rip. I'm taking these names. I got them on paper right here. Taking them. I'm putting them in this cup right here. So I got there's one for Heza Machine. There's another one for Heza Machine. I got Bobby Lopez, Rip.
Okay.
I got Drew Wilson. I got Django Fett. Folded it in. I got Big George. I got Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass.
Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass. Well, he's got 3 names.
I got
Not
another one
Frank's.
for Big George right here.
Is Pickle Barrel one word or 2?
I got John Tucker in here.
Oh, John Tucker. He's Fia Zucker.
And I got Drew Wilson again. Another Drew Wilson.
So who's going to pull it out?
You are.
You always. Oh, I always pull out. You know.
Ah, good one,
Except,
Rip. Good one.
I gotcha.
Good one, Rip.
Wait a minute.
All right, now one name. All right, one.
no.
Just draw one name out of here. Just one.
Okay. I'll let you read it because I don't say, oh, that wasn't it.
Here's one name right here. One name and one name only. Oh, they're gonna think it's rigged. They're gonna think it's rigged.
It ain't Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass. is
No,
it?
Big
Okay.
George.
Oh, shit.
Now, Big George did send $10 PayPal. That's why he was in here twice.
Okay.
$10 PayPal. So
Okay.
YouTube doesn't take any cut out of that.
Okay. So
But
George.
Big George.
So we're gonna.
Can you guys even see that? It looks blurry up there, but
Yeah, I
there it
can't
is.
See it anyway.
So Big George, I need you to send me your address, your home address. I'll put the email here.
George ran a show the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the weather was bad, but he said they made money. So what the hell? I said, well, it's a crapshoot every time you do it, right? Remember when we had the show in Seymour? We had the blizzard, had the 13 inches of snow and everything, and we had this much advanced, and we had no walk-in. But the profit margin was okay. But what the hell?
Trying to do a T-shirt giveaway here, man.
Okay.
Trying to do a T-shirt.
Well, you know, I
giveaway.
started going off on a gimmick,
mean-
and I can't remember. and
So we got the Lila Studios at gmail.com in the chat. Send me your home address to that, and also what size of shirt you want. It's either got to be XL or 2X.
Well, I guess you
And
want
then-
you want it as small as possible to make the arms look good, you know.
I'll get that in the mail to you. So,
Now, is that going to be a V-neck, or is it going to be the, as you call it,
Circle neck.
the circle neck?
circle neck,
That's sort of like a circle jerk. Or
kind of like just like
sort
that.
of like. Okay, I was just checking.
Congrats there, Big George. They're talking about Marigold. I don't know what Marigold is.
The Marigold Arena.
I don't know.
Marigold Arena was where
Marigold
they,
Wrestling
they
has a
used
small roster of fit and physical wrestlers who aren't afraid to sell. Marigold Wrestling, I
to-
guess.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know that I know him. Dave Channel just got in. You missed the draw, Dave. We just drew for a Rip Rogers T-shirt, man. You missed it.
Yeah, you could buy 10 of them, and then and we could ever have a drawing. You'd be the only ones in there.
So thanks a lot to everybody that participated. Andrew Sanchez, new member. He never commented. I don't know if he meant to be a membership or was gifted one of those, but welcome to the channel, Andrew. John Tucker, Drew Wilson, Django Fett, John Tucker, Hez Machine, Drew Wilson, Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, Bobby Lopez, John Tucker, and Hez Machine, and all the members that we have on here that in green and support us each and every month.
So Manny the Weasel Valverde, he's don't support us. At
He's not
all.
in green.
No,
he
he
doesn't do
just-
the super chat. He doesn't
just
wear a
walks around with
t-shirt.
hot dogs on his neck.
He just says that he does acknowledge me
yeah,
and wins a bunch of money in poker, supposedly.
yeah.
So
Was he on a roll? He said 5 1.
5 in a row.
5 in a row. He's probably playing the Indiana School for the Blind or whatever. And he's doing some tricky weasel dealing.
Oh, Patrick Young wants to know Cash App. I can give you. Oh, there's Andrew Sanchez. He just gave me a thumbs up or a hang loose or something. I can't see it.
Well, he could be flipping you the bird. So what the hell, right?
Looks like a thumbs up. Thumbs up there. Georgia just got your address there. Just came through. Patrick Young wants to know the Cash App. Let's see what my. Now remember, anytime you send any of this kind of stuff, this goes directly to the Hustler Rip Rogers when you send direct like this. So it'd be $COV. There, this would be a Cash App right there. I just put the Cash App in the chat. $CVOND 40. All right. Man, everything was good today except for we didn't have the microphones working. I didn't have anything ready.
We started late.
We started late.
He's
Well, not
busy.
really. We didn't really start late.
You was busy talking to that girl on the
And
phone.
Urias, what's his name?
Yeah, he was.
Called
I
everybody
guess you
Mark.
could bring in
Proceed
stuff
to the root.
to the matches, and
Remember when your GPS went off right during the middle of the show?
No, I guess it did because I just seen it. I go say, I looked around and Dr. Tom's not on. He was on the screen. Is this the end?
Yeah, it's 116, Rip. We're out of here.
Oh, okay. Well, Django Fett was in. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing
Yeah,
of today,
and
huh?
it's, Frank Pickle Barrel ass, right?
Yeah, he was here, Rip. Yeah.
Okay. Well, where
Yeah.
was Bobby Lopez here?
Yeah, he was here, Rip. Yeah.
Okay.
You've really been with it today, man.
Well, I forget, you know.
Everybody have a good weekend. It'll be next Friday, 12 Eastern.
That's if you get back.
Be there or be square. How about
You
that?
got-
That's a good.
You got an appointment with that girl. So you're going to be doing something with some girl next Friday. You got to be